I'm Allison Pryor and I teach acrylic paintings for beginners and all levels. And today I wanted to talk to you about the biggest mistake. It's one big mistake that a lot of artists make. And it's not just for beginners, it's for people who also have been doing art for years. So I want to talk to you about that mistake. Know that when you first start out, you need to look at YouTube tutorials, you need to look at books, art books. So when you go to YouTube, you look at the art tutorials. There are a lot of them out there and they're beautiful, and you can learn a lot from these tutorials. If somebody shows you how to paint a tree, they'll show you a brush and how to paint that tree. And if you go to an art instruction book, they're going to show you how to paint a cloud and what brushes to use and what paints to mix, and that's good. You also go to an art class and they show you how to paint grass, or whatever you're trying to accomplish and what you like to learn to paint, whether it's a landscape or a seascape, and you're trying to learn these. And as you're following along with these art instructions, you're following along and you're doing exactly what you're told. You're doing exactly what you are seeing in the video. You're doing exactly what you see in the reference photo. You're doing exactly what you see in an art class, or in an art book, and that is the biggest problem I find when starting out. Now, if this is your first time to my channel, why don't you hit the subscribe button, and you can also ring the bell. I always say ring the bell. You can click on the bell icon, and that way you'll get notifications from me when I upload new videos. I have lots of tips and tricks and everything that I can think of that might help you as a beginner or as an intermediate artist. So here's an example. I did this girl in the red feathered hat, right? So what I did was I took a picture off of Pixabay. Pixabay gives you free photos that you can use on YouTube, commercially, any way you want. And I took my artistic license and I changed it up. So this is what I want to tell you. The biggest mistake that artists make is trying to do a painting exactly as they are told in an art class or on an art tutorial, or just by looking at a picture. So I want to clear that up today so that you know that you have an artistic license to change it whatever way you want. And you might say, well, if I don't follow instructions, I won't know what to do. Yes, but you can follow the instructions, but you don't have to do everything that's there, and you don't have to try to make it look exactly the same. So here's the picture that I got on Pixabay. And as you can see, I'm trying to get the light out there for you. So as you can see, I changed the color of the feather. I changed it to yellow instead of red, because I found a clash with her hat. I didn't put in the bow or whatever it is. And I took that yellow out of her. I took that out, and I changed up the background a small bit. I didn't want to get it exactly the same, but you can see that even though it looks similar, it's not exactly the same. I'll show you another one now. So I did this one, and I got the picture from Pixabay also. Love Pixabay. It helps me paint, gives me more inspiration to paint, because it's very difficult to find beautiful pictures online that don't have copyright. So Pixabay is wonderful for that. I did give a donation to them to help out. They also take donations. But this is a picture, I should say, that I took from Pixabay. And as you can see, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar. So what I did was, I liked it so much as it was, I just did my best to, use it as a reference. I moved my moon over a little bit. As you can see, it's not exactly in the same place. I put some highlight on the edges here. It's not over there, but I put them here in my painting because I liked it. And my tree is not exactly the same. The color is not exactly the same. So, you don't have to do it exactly the same as the picture, but the reference photo is great for helping you get started. So I did these jellyfish, and I used Pixabay again, and I just used this reference photo. So as you can see, that reference photo is way different than what I did, but I still used it as a reference photo to come up with my own. get the shape, and it helped me get the sky up here. See how nice and bright it is up there? So I got my brightness up here, and I put in my bubbles. Just like I said, you have to use your artistic license to take a picture and change it to what you like. And when you get more experience and you practice more, you'll be able to do that. Now this is a beautiful painting that I did, and I really love it, but I found the Pixabay reference photo really hard to do. But I just loved the picture that when I found it, and I said, I got to give it a try, but I had to do it my way. It's a fairly big difference. I mean, the water's different, the trees are different, but I just used it as a reference. I couldn't follow it exactly. So I loved the picture so much I wanted to make it my own, and that's the result that I got from it. It's not bad, I like it, but I would have liked to get a little closer. But like I'm trying to tell you, if I had to struggle and try to get every single leaf and shape of the tree and the color of the water exactly as I see it, I probably would never have been able to do it at all. I would have gave up on it. So I just did my own thing, and as you can see, it came out pretty nice. Came out pretty nice. So do that. And I added the hills a little more and changed the sky up a little bit so you can see the difference. So do that whenever you're learning to paint a picture, or you're at an art instruction, or you're looking at a YouTube video. Don't worry about it being exactly the same as the tutorial that you're following. I had a couple of people say to me, my painting never came out as nice as yours, or the same as yours, I should say. My painting never came out exactly like yours, so I don't know if I did it right or wrong or whatever. And when I saw the painting, I thought, oh God, that's beautiful. So whatever you want to do, and you paint it your way. And I know you're learning, and I know, but once you get a little more experience, you figure out the brushes and the colors and all that, you will be able to move on so that you can paint the way you want to paint, and just use these pictures and nature and anything that you see, use it as a reference. So I hope that helped, and I hope you learned a lot today. I hope that helped you today. Just take your artistic license and be free, and just paint and enjoy the process. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.